We're gonna need a whiteboard for this. So I don't want a distraction. I know people are gonna start with, just because it has a chibi, I already know what people are gonna say. Just because it had its chibi animation style doesn't mean it's for kids. We have a lot to unpack here. So if you don't already know what's going on, we're speaking about two children's YouTubers, two content farms that are harmful. They are harmful children's YouTubers. They are content farms. They make small, repetitive, and constant videos that come out and farm views. If you know what a content farm is, they produce harmful content specifically aimed at children. And I am going to talk more about the first one, who is known by the name Ryth. His character is actually a character from Animal Crossing, I believe. I think his name is Bob. Gotta love the originality, gotta love the originality. And the other person is so pathetic, I forgot the name. Shappysway, I think. They make videos, animated videos, in a style, a chibi style, in a way that is where they speak in a way that is aimed at kids, but they say very harmful things. But I want to start more with Ryth because I'm going to be talking about Ryth more. Also, it is a bold move making this video with my face because I know for one thing, people like him love to go on other people's channels and, exploit their stuff for views. He is a reaction channel, and that is already a bad sign. What is it? He's supposed to be a commentary YouTuber, but he's actually a reaction channel. It's a reaction channel, children's content farm on YouTube. Plenty of people have made videos on him before. Saying stuff that pointing out his bad behaviors. But I'm going to sum them up. Sum up his bad behaviors. He puts his thumbnails are filled with explicit content, explicit things. His entire gig is to insult people and say edgy things. He worked with another harmful children's YouTuber. If I was to say that's about it, no, he also makes content farms. That's about it, but that's already pretty bad. Now, people have already spoken about this man. They have already said things. They already said the bad things that they have done. But what I want to focus on today is to, be specific on how he makes his content for kids. I make my content for, this video specifically. I want to make it for the general public, for not just parents, for older people to be careful to know what's going on YouTube. Of course not to, his fans, because his fans are little children. So I'm going to start talking about this now. I'm going to say that he talks in a way that is meant for children. I have never seen a fan of his that is over the age of 20. He doesn't make his content for adults. It has adult themes, but it's made for kids. Now, people like to confuse these two things, but when they say, kids content, they love to confuse family content, kids content, made for kids, safe for kids. So this is where the board comes out, because this is something I have to explain in almost every single video. So today I'm going to be explaining what children's content is, how his children's content is harmful, and how children's content can be harmful while still being for children. You, for example, adding a swear word with the entire show is for kids does not mean that the show is suddenly not for kids. It's still a kids show, but you added a swear word. You did something wrong. You put something harmful in there. Let's start with safe for kids and made for kids. I'm sorry, I think I need a new marker. Now, something that is safe for kids does not necessarily mean that it's made for kids, and something that is made for kids does not necessarily mean that it's safe for kids. I need a new marker, hold on. Thank God, I found one, thank God. Now, so we have safe for kids and made for kids. I want to talk about what's first safe for kids. Now, what's safe for kids is something that if you show kids, it won't harm them. And I think, it said that in the name. Both contents of Ryth and Shappysway, the person that he ended up collaborating with, make content that is not safe for kids. It's not safe for kids. Now, there is a lot of content that is made for adults that is actually safe for kids. If you think about, Ghibli movies, a lot of them are made for adults. But not all of them have content that if you show children to them, it might harm them. Sure, they might not understand what's going on, but it doesn't have any content that harms them. So something can be safe for kids but not made for kids because then they would find it very boring. They wouldn't understand, they wouldn't be immersed, they would just not be harmed. Now, this is the important thing that we need to talk about. Something that is made for kids. Something that is made for kids is made to attract children. Something that is made to specifically attract children. A way to talk to attract children. A way to, have your animation to attract children. And the first thing you might think of is, speaking with the Miss Rachel voice, going, hi, yes, that is made for kids. But not all kids are the same, and you will find a lot of kids, especially, in their preteens, their late single digits, who will start to feel, edgy and not like that way of talking to them. There is another way of talking to kids, and I find that Ryth talks to kids. He is talking in a way that is meant for kids. Just the way he talks, not the accent, just like the voice he puts on, the deep, I'm so mature, I'm so edgy voice. He makes that voice because he knows that 12-year-olds are very entertained by that. The insults that he say are not even that well thought out. They are, one-liners, sexist one-liners, racist one-liners, ableist one-liners, and it's always the ableist one-liners. And this is the stuff that is not safe for kids, not just the ableist one-liners, not just the behavior that he imposes on children, and I will get to the it's not an act, not a role model later, that he imposes on children, that he, gives as advice to his child viewers. And he knows that it's child viewers because he builds his content for child viewers. If you look at his very inappropriate thumbnails, I want you to, imagine, would a grown-up look at this and enjoy it? It's explicit and it's not safe for kids, but it is made for kids because even grown-ups in their spare time, when it's time to do something in private, they wouldn't look at this because this isn't geared towards them. This is geared towards kids to harm them. A grown-up who wants to watch an adult animated show won't go on YouTube Shorts and watch whatever Shappysway is posting because that stuff is not designed to attract them. You can make an adult animated show in the chibi art style, but you can have the characters talk in a way that attracts adults. You can have them crack jokes that adults would would laugh at. All the jokes that he cracks are about, just one-liners that imply something sexual happened. Haha, laugh. Grown-ups, that stuff is not, a grown-up would not watch this in their free time. I need to name one grown-up that enjoys this, that is not somewhere under the age regression umbrella. Because, typically people under the age regression umbrella, would be attracted by stuff that is designed for kids, especially at kids at whatever what the internet calls little ages. You don't see an adult that genuinely enjoys his content, or anyone above the age of 15 for that matter. And I'm really pushing it with 15 or 20. I don't know anyone my age that watches this, that has late maturity, or is under the age regression on the age regression spectrum, or under the age regression umbrella. What makes his stuff made for kids? There is his voice, the way he talks, the things he says. And then we have the animation style. Now, I've seen a lot of people compare, Shappysway's videos to Happy Tree Friends. I'm not saying that I support Happy Tree Friends or whatever. But I saw someone out there say that in Happy Tree Friends, the gore is in the thumbnails. In his thumbnails, and whatever, in Shappysway's thumbnails, I think that was his name, Chappy's thumbnails, you click on it, and you can't really tell what's going on. As for Ryth's thumbnails, it is something explicit, yet designed with the colors and the saturations to attract kids. So there is the animation style, what's being said, there is the voice and the talking. And in the animation style, his thumbnails are being built, saturated, like something you'd see on YouTube Kids. He is no different than anything harmful you see on YouTube Kids. Just because, I need to enforce this right now, just because you're saying swear words doesn't mean that you're making content for adults. You can be making harmful content for children. Just because you said the F word once does not mean that you're making content for adults. If you have a show that is not for adults, if you have something like Coco Melon, this is straight up Coco Melon. Shappysway and Ryth's videos, they're straight up like Coco Melon, but for 8-year-olds instead of 3-year-olds. And I think that everybody has already spoken about this, but I really want to explain to you people how they make content for kids. And when I say children's YouTuber, I mean a YouTuber that makes content for children. For example, you can have so many of these things. You can have, for example, one of these things. You can have the animation style that, is seen as for kids. And yet, when you have the animation style, it doesn't have the saturation to attract children. It doesn't have that. It is just in the chibi art style. Yet, the way the room is laid out, the way the room is not simplified, the way the room is not, designed to attract children, you can make chibi animation for adults. But that is not it. And I am going to, this is the main point. This is the puncher. He says that his videos are meant for adults and that they are not meant for audience under 18. He does not restrict his videos for people under 18. If you go on an account and you say that your name is, that your age is, above 18, that video is not going to be restricted. If you go on incognito mode censors videos that are restricted for people over the age of 18. You will see his videos. If I'm talking to an adult right now, try it. And I'm trying to tell you, see for yourself if I'm talking to an adult right now. If you are an adult or a grown-up and is not doesn't have delays in maturity or anything like that, you are going to say, This stuff is not for adults. And I'm telling you, if you are an adult, you can just go and see. But back to Ryth. He said he knows that his content is made for children. What Ryth does is he is a commentary YouTuber. So basically what he does is that he looks at videos of people and he bullies them. And he says that he's doing it to, call out bad behavior. He doesn't do that. And one of the YouTubers that he has called out is Shappysway. They have both made videos and responses to one another, and they are basically collaborating. I am not saying that if you have a feud with somebody else, or if you're fighting with somebody else on the internet, it does not mean that you're necessarily collaborating. But these two have the same point. These two, their whole point is to attract children and harm them. Or attract children and you don't care what they harm, what harms them. Just get money, hurt children, and get money. And that is what content farms do. And two content farms, being two sides of the same coin, fighting with one another, is what a collab looks like. Now, other people have said that these two have messaged each other and helped each other get verified. I haven't looked into that much, but I already know that they collaborated with each other. They are collaborating with each other. Oh yeah. And I need to tell you guys this. Sometimes saying edgy things is what attracts children. I think I've already said this in a video before, but him bullying people and making content that's edgy and stuff is stuff that's meant for children. It's stuff that's aimed at children. If you look at the other animation chibi guy's videos, his videos, they are short form videos with someone with the attention span of a goldfish. I'm not saying an adult can't have the attention span of a goldfish, but it's mostly children. It's mostly small children. Sometimes small children find this appealing because it makes them look like they are mature and they don't want any of that kiddie stuff. So that's why they love to, listen to a guy that basically bullies people. He says, oh my god, you can't have one video without one of these edgy punches, whether it's racist, whether it's sexist, whether it's a sexual joke, whether it's ableist. I swear, turn it into a game. Drinking games? Yeah, you can turn it into a drinking game. Every time, just put on a Ryth video, and every time he makes a joke about Down syndrome, take a swig. Actually, I'm not telling you to take a swig. Don't do that. Don't drink that much, guys. Or don't drink at all, guys. It's not harmful. Don't start, okay? There's people struggling with this. Don't start. I'm not enforcing myself on you, but my advice, don't. Okay. Yeah. I think I've said what needs to be said. There's lots of YouTubers like Ryth that are, quote, commentary YouTubers. I think I made an old, skit video, an animated guy being a commentary YouTuber, and he reacts to someone, a random person on TikTok being themselves, and let's look at some cringy TikToks today, and then he says, oh my god, the world's gonna end, after he sees someone that's having a fun time. I made a part 2, and I posted it on Scratch. Got taken down. Because of course it is. This is Scratch. Got taken down once, and then I tried to put it back up again, and then somebody reported it because they couldn't tell that it was satire. I think if I have the old project, I can screen record it and re-upload it. But what am I even talking about right now? I think we're done with the video. But yeah, commentary YouTubers be it's somewhere on my channel. That's basically him. Plus a lot of inappropriate language. Like, how do I think my mask is falling off. It's not, it hasn't fallen off yet, but people are gonna be like, oh, Ruka's, that's not how it happens when the mask falls off. Yeah, it hasn't fallen off right now, but it is going to fall off soon, and I am seeing the signs. Also, that is bad news because I have to leave. I have to go practice because, please, an actress's life is busy, very busy. All right, stay safe, and I need to speak about this before we go. When we are on the topic of protecting children, you're probably tired of hearing this, but there are lots of children right now who are being attacked, who are being killed, who are being taken away from their families all across the world. And I don't want to be a hypocrite and talk about children's content, protecting children that have access to art and content in the first place. It's very important, but we also have to look on that side too. And Roka, what am I gonna do about it? Well, you may not be able to do much about it, but just like how I'm doing right now, I am giving information and speak up. And I'm encouraging you to look for information and speak up. I would follow Miss Rachel on her social media. She posts a lot of information, a lot of things you can do, and a lot of places you can donate to, as well as a lot of campaigns that you can join. One that I'm thinking of joining right now. I have a lot of kids books around I can read. It's just that I don't know where I'm going to, upload this video, since I don't think YouTube is an appropriate place for children at all. I don't think you just leave your child on YouTube. So I don't know if I'm gonna put them on YouTube because my channel is not for kids. My channel is mainly teenagers. Yeah, it's time to go. Stay safe, keep your kids safe, and